In 3 seconds, I have three tips for you. And in 3 seconds, I want you to identify these things. The first one being, in just 3 seconds, can a stranger who knows nothing about you know who you help? So in those 3 seconds, could your last 5 posts allow a stranger to know who you can help? If it doesn't, then neither do your clients. If the last 5 posts, which is your storefront, don't clearly tell a stranger off the streets into your Instagram world exactly who you can help, you are not helping anyone. I know this podcast is real and raw. I'm going to tell it how it is because I don't want you to waste money, honey. Welcome to For His Glory CEO, the podcast for high-achieving women like you who have built the business, hit the milestone, checked all the boxes, yet deep down something still feels off. The success is there, but you know God has so much more. I'm your host, Allie. If you're hungry for results rooted in the Word, this is for you. Let's get this party started. I don't know about you, but I love when people offer free gifts that have so much value attached to it. And so that is exactly what I'm going to give you today in this episode. And it is my top 3 tips of how to audit your own social media. And this comes from building a multiple 7-figure business solely off of social media. So I've learned a thing or two, and I constantly love to audit social media accounts. And so if you're driving, you're gonna have to rewatch this because I want you to actually do this in person right now, no delay, because I promise you, when you do this and you take a good look and an honest opinion on your own social media, it could absolutely change everything for you and the way you communicate and the way you build brand awareness and the way that you drive so many more conversions into your programs, offers, businesses, services like never before. So if you're excited, let's dive in. You are going to pull up your last 5 posts on social media. So whether it's Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever platform you solely play on, or possibly it's 2, but don't do more than 2. It's quite difficult. And don't have more than 1 account. I know a lot of people in the past have tried to build a business account and a personal account and a this account and a that account. And the truth is only one of them is going to be your priority. So build it on your personal. If you're building a personal brand, your services, products, services, all that kind of stuff should all be on that because you are sharing what you personally do. So go ahead and you can pause this episode, but I want you to pull up the last 5 posts on your social media. All right, now we're going to get to the good stuff. In 3 seconds, I have three tips for you. And in 3 seconds, I want you to identify these things. The first one being, in just 3 seconds, can a stranger who knows nothing about you know who you help? So in those 3 seconds, could your last 5 posts allow a stranger to know who you can help? If it doesn't, then neither do your clients. If the last 5 posts, which is your storefront, don't clearly tell a stranger off the streets into your Instagram world exactly who you can help, you are not helping anyone. I know this podcast is real and raw. I'm going to tell it how it is because I don't want you to waste money, honey. Social media is like a full-time job, right? It feels like being a media company. It is the greatest gift. It is still free to have social media accounts. What a blessing. And I, like I said, have made a lot of money utilizing social media well. But if a stranger can't tell me, you, who you serve and who you can help, neither are your ideal clients going to know exactly what you do. So number one, make sure it is so crystal clear on who you can help. For instance, I help multiple 6-figure, faith-driven businesswomen scale to 7+ figures in less time with more peace and allowing the first things first. Okay, so people know that I'm not for men. Sorry. They know that if you haven't made those first 6 figures, that the inner circle is not for you. And they also know that if you love to live in chaos and stress, it also isn't for you, right? I'm being silly, but it's true. People know exactly who I'm for and who I'm not for. Now, look at those 5 posts and tell me, do people know who you're for and not for and how you can help them? If they can't, that's the number one thing that's killing your business. When people are speaking to everyone, they're speaking to no one. You might say, but I sell skincare and everyone has skin, so I serve everyone. Not true. There's a certain demographic of people that are following you on social media who want to buy from you. Yes, they don't just follow you to follow you. They follow you because they actually want to buy from you. What a concept. Promise. True, tested. It is real. But if you're not specifically speaking to that person and their need, you're never going to sell to them. They're going to stay in the friend zone and you're going to be extremely frustrated. If this is you right now, say I. And if your accounts aren't growing with ideal clients, this is another reason, because people don't know who you can help. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, in 3 seconds, do those last 5 posts show what you teach? So take 3 seconds, look at those last 5 posts and tell me, does it show what you teach, what you do? If they don't know who you serve and they don't know what you do, they're not buying from you, nor sharing with their friends and family you're amazing, brilliant. See how simple this is to audit ourselves? Sometimes businesses are very simple. I've shared this prior, but businesses are simple. Owners are complicated. Owners complicate everything. And when I do these audits, and people pay me a lot of money to audit their social media because I've done very well on building successful businesses off it. But when they look at it and they're like, oh my goodness, my posts don't share anything about who I serve, and they surely don't show how I teach or how I serve or what I actually do for people. No wonder people aren't buying from me. No wonder people don't have a clue what I'm doing. And by the way, only 5% of people are seeing what you're posting on social media anyway. So if the last 5 posts don't even share who you can help and what you actually teach and do, then of course you're going to have a massive brand awareness problem and you're not going to be converting follows into customers or clients. All right. Lastly, and this is super fun because I think this is what drives us all home. Okay. So number 1, you're taking 3 seconds. You can't overthink this. You can't overthink this. You just literally have to give yourself an honest, raw, real, ruthless audit on yourself. And if you need help, DM me because I am honest, raw, real, and ruthless. And that's why people pay me, because they want that type of feedback. I want that kind of feedback. I don't want anyone to sugarcoat any feedback and not help me get to where I want to be and help people at the highest level, right? No, silliness. Lastly, is there proof of what you do and how you've helped people get the results they're looking for? Where's the proof? In sales, we say, who says so besides you? It is so important to show the results that your clients are getting from your products or your services. Before and afters are the most brilliant way to do that. And specifically, your before and afters. It's fun to show Sally Sue and her weight loss, or Mary Kay and her skin, or Janie Joe and her hair. But when it's you who they are buying from, it's you who they know, and they already have the trust, like, and know factor, which is huge. That's huge, right? That really helps the buyer's journey go a lot quicker instead of the slow boat to China. When it's you with your before and afters, that's what's going to convert them into a customer. Now, if you're a coach or you're a realtor or a lawyer, showing client testimonials of how you were able to help someone from their pain point, whatever they're in. Maybe it's the fact that they're stuck in their business. They can't get past the 6-figure mark and they're racking their brain and they're stressed out and they want to burn their business to the ground. But then they hired you as the coach and they had their first 100K month yet while feeling more peaced, more aligned, and just having the greatest overall feeling of what they're doing and who they're serving. That's massive. That actually just happened in my inner circle too, which is so fun to see these massive wins inside of it. But I need to share that. Otherwise, people aren't going to know that happened. Now, y'all know on my podcast, and I have shared it to social media, but you want to shout those things out. 1, it gives you massive credibility, but 2, it always comes back to the other person. That makes them feel good too, right? People like to be seen and they like to be heard. And when you're able to give the proof of what your product services do for others after everyone knows who you already help and how you help them, right? And what you teach and what you do, and then they have proof behind it, it is 1, 2, 3, I wouldn't say strikeout because you're not striking out. It's like 1, 2, 3, grand slam to really help not only grow your social media, but also use social media to convert business. I promise you, your mindset has a whole lot to do with social media. And I do have an episode on here about that. And I can't remember which one it is, but circle back and look for the social media one on the mindset because it is so important. We are living in a digital world where lots of social selling is happening. And again, if you're looking at it as a businesswoman, which most of you are, you want to keep your overhead very low and your profits very high. And when you think about the fact that you can reach, right now I think they said Facebook's on a comeback. I don't know if y'all know, but do some research. Facebook is on a comeback. I'm a 46-year-old woman. Facebook was my first thing that I got started on. That's how I grew my first business to multiple 7 figures all over the globe, actually. But Instagram kind of came in, and was kind of like playing with Facebook, and a lot of people went over to the gram. But Facebook now has over 3.5 billion. They've had almost 50% increase growth. That's insane. That's insane. And now a lot of people are doing business over there. So I'm very excited. And I can honestly say that's true with my own business. I've seen a lot of increase. I've seen a lot of my high-end clients come in from Facebook, which is a beautiful thing. Imagine this, this blows my mind. You're sitting here, I'm sitting here in my in-home office in San Diego, California, and I can get on social media and reach 3.5 billion people and get clients from all over the world while I'm here in my studio. That's mind-blowing. You know how much money that used to cost people for billboards and commercials? And all those things still happen. But when I think of the opportunities that we have as women, and I'm a mom of 4, so I could be a present mommy, but still build these substantial businesses online, thanks to an incredible free tool like social media, I can tell you something. I'm going to be spending my time auditing me all the time. In fact, as a business owner, I audit myself all the time. In fact, I just saw that one of my pinned posts on Facebook was shouting something out in the caption from June 30th. I'm like, whoa, mama's been a little bit busy not to be doing my own audits. I spend every single month auditing each and every one of my inner circles. It's like my greatest joy to give them that sounding board. That's what we really need. Seriously, at the 6-7 figure level, you know everything essentially that you need, but you really need a sounding board. I have the honor of working with an executive right now that's working on an exit plan to build her own business. And I'm so excited I get to be at ground zero with her. She's brilliant, 30 plus years of just being one of the tippity tops in this company. But she is now building something on her own. And it's so fun to see how people can step into something brand new and she'll be able to explode this bigger than her corporate paycheck ever was. And the beautiful thing is it's her rules. When in a lifetime have we ever been able to do something like this so successfully, especially as women? I'm passionate about women. I'm passionate about helping other women. I was so honored in my first business to help over 4,000 women build businesses online. And so back to the audit thing, we got to audit. Because if someone's not a sounding board in your life, or they're not giving you real feedback and not sugarcoating it, right? ChatGPT is great for this. I might do a whole podcast on this amazing ChatGPT prompt. In fact, I absolutely am going to, because I think it's going to change your life. I actually shared it with my brother. He's like, man, I would pay a consulting firm like $10,000 to give me this feedback. And here it is. In a couple seconds, chat ripping through. So that's going to be my next episode. I just decided. But back to auditing. You can also put all this in ChatGPT and say, hey, Chat, give me a ruthless audit of these last 5 posts. I want to know everything. Don't sugarcoat it at all. And they'll tell you how vague your word is, how niche, you think you are, but you really aren't, how you're speaking to everyone, but you're really speaking to nobody. It is such a powerful tool to use AI in this way in your own voice and have them audit these and ask them, hey, Chat, if you were a stranger, would you know what I do in 3 seconds? Or who I help and who I serve? Chat, in 3 seconds in these posts, can you know what I teach or what I offer? And hey, Chat, in 3 seconds, could you give me proof of the results that I get my clients or my customers? Hey, Life has never been so good, friends, when we could have a friend like Chat to give us all the intel right here. But do the work yourself first, because again, it is so eye-opening when you're realizing like, oh, my social media isn't growing, or why aren't I getting new clients, or why aren't they converting? Why is everyone stuck in the friend zone? Why does everyone say, I love your content, it's amazing, yet they never buy from you? It's one of these three things, friends. So go put on some Christmas music or whatever holiday music it is, and then allow yourself to give yourself some serious, honest feedback. And then from there, just make sure that every post is so clearly defined that a stranger, if they found your page, which you should be praying, Lord, put me on the hearts of the leaders I meant to lead. Send them from the north, the south, the east, the west, Father. Put me on the hearts of those women I meant to serve. You should be praying that every single day. I always pray that my Instagram just rolls up and my Facebook rolls up at the right place at the right time for the right woman. And guess what? It happens. People are like, I was just on Instagram and I ended up binging everything, and you're the coach I need. You're the mentor I need. And that's like such an honor. But you know what? It's very thoughtful because I'm very much praying towards that, and I'm making sure that all my content is landing that way. And if it's not, if you're having a conversion problem, if there's a bottleneck in your business, it's usually this, especially if you're a social seller. So I want you to do this audit today. I want you to seriously sit down and take 5 minutes to look past these 5 posts. And if you're on a very big time crunch, throw it into Chat, because that is a good business bestie, and ask it to be a ruthless mentor. I'm going to do a whole episode on that though, because I think it is so powerful to use chat prompts successfully in our business to give us this real and raw feedback. Because sometimes when you're inside the container, you can't see the label, right? And that's why I am so thankful I've highly invested in coaches, because I'm thinking something and they're like, nope, that's not coming across like that. And I also have the best team in For His Glory CEO, and they are ruthless, and that's why I've hired them. They're like, no, Al, that's not true. This looks like this. And no, these pin posts, these are old. These are tired. We need to retire them. So a little pro tip, let me give you some extra credit. Go look at your bio and ask Chat also to do a ruthless mentor cap on that, because that will tell you a lot as well. And you can also get SEO rich search words. So ask them for a SEO rich bio and rewrite your bio too. And then look at your 3 pinned posts. And those are the number one things that should absolutely show people, this is who I help. This is how I help them. And this is the proof of what I've done for others. And if those 3 things aren't on those pinned posts, I promise you, you're doing yourself a disservice to allowing more conversion off your social media. So today's your day. Here's your gift. Go in there and have some fun with it, and then just enjoy the process of really refining how you show up on social media and have fun with it. Again, it is a free platform. Think about it like this. You could be paying $10,000, $20,000 to a marketing budget, or you could have a free platform that's reaching millions across the globe and allow them to come into your life and go change a bunch of lives today. You've been tuning in to For His Glory CEO podcast, where unshakable faith meets bold business strategy to equip you for your next level. If this blessed you, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it. And if you're a businesswoman that's looking for the right circle to scale big, we got you. Click the show notes and hear more about our For His Glory CEO community, which is one of a kind, amazing. And remember, we're not just building businesses, we're building the kingdom of God. Until next time.